Hello, Arizona and everyone else listening. My name is Clay Inc., and this is Arizona Unknown. That's right, your stories, your experiences, all Arizona and all unknown. And anonymous stories written in by you, and more, and more. What's the more? I don't know. Conversations, interviews, questions, all Arizona, all people of this wonderful place. And it's just a fun insight to this beautiful state some of us call Arizona. Just kidding. Everybody calls it that. Come on. We don't say it like that, but but pretty close. We slow it down. Arizona! Something like that. We turn into desert monsters, sand reptilians. You've seen us, all right? But you don't know that's not all of us. Some of us are in the mountains. Some of us are snow people. And I don't know. There's a lot of diversity here in Arizona, and it makes it a beautiful place. Lots of different people, lots of different places. It's great. It's beautiful, and I love it. And I'm glad you are here, and I'm glad you're listening. So it's great to have you back. Today, in this episode, I think we shall tell a few stories. As always, you know, I think that's what we do. That's what I do. Stories on stories. And if you like stories, well, I got something for you. That's right. It's a story. You're so smart. You're so smart. But enough about that. I'm tired of you being the smart one. I need room to shine. Come on, step aside. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to send in stories to this wonderful God dang it, this wonderful podcast, you can send them to azunknownpodcast@gmail.com. That's right, azunknownpodcast@gmail.com, and they need to be from Arizona, and then it needs to be a true story, and it needs to be anonymous. It needs to be unknown, so no names of people, towns, stuff like that. Just kind of keep it out. That way, it's a little mystery. We're not trying to locate people. We're trying to to say, hey, this sounds like this could be my neighborhood, and it could be. It just could be, all right? Maybe not, but it could be. So, it's a good thing. I like it. We'll keep it that way, so go ahead and send in your stories. They can be about anything. They can be fun stories, happy stories, spooky stories, scary stories, clever stories, unforgettable stories, boring stories. Sure. Pretty much about anything. I'm sure something has happened in your life several times where you just get home and you're just like, I need to tell somebody what happened. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. That's it. Simple as that. Boom, write that in. Just all simple. Simple, come on. All you gotta do is put in work. No, but really though, if you have trouble writing, you can go ahead and do like record your voice on your phone and then type out what you say, or do a voice to text and edit it afterwards. You know, there's a few things around it that might help you, so try it out, send them in. Would love to hear from you. Today we have a couple stories from a couple people, and I will tell some stories. Why not? We're here. I'm an Arizona dude. This is Arizona Unknown. I've already set the floor. Is that how podcasts work? Well, welcome back to this podcast. This is how this one works, okay? And I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you like this one so far. What else? Updates. Clay Inc. The Clayverse. Clay Inc. verse. Ooh. Just kidding. What's up with me? Just staying busy with the kids. Christmas was good. Christmas was great. Went to my mom's. Got to see some great family. Loved it. New Year's was here. I don't know, lit off some fireworks, hung out with the kids, stayed up all night. Party animals. My kids are party animals. If you have kids, you know. As soon as you tell them, hey, you can stay up till midnight tonight and we're partying, they get crazy, all right? But no, things were good. Things have been well. It's a new year. Lots of big plans. What kind of plans? Let's see. If you are not following me on TikTok, go ahead and do that. I'm going to start doing a live episode like at least once a week would be a really cool goal. Just to get on there for like maybe an hour. You guys can join. You can say what's up. I can say hello to you. We'll record unedited for an hour, like I said, and maybe we can come up with some questions. Maybe during the week I can ask for some topics or something, and then you guys come in and we just chat it up and we have fun. This sounds great, right? It sounds wonderful to me. I really want to try it, so keep an eye out for that. Like I said, go over there to the TikToks. Do it. Don't be scared. I'll find you. I'll find you if not. Oh, you hear me? So there you go. Any other updates? Let's see. We covered Arizona. We've covered Clay Inc. We've covered the bases. We've covered flowers at night because they could die. We've covered roles as they rise. We've covered no, too much. I've covered enough. All right, perfect then. I think it's time to move on. It's time to tell some stories because that's what this podcast is about. Enough rambling, enough updates, enough everything. This is the time that we get serious. All right, a story from me, Clay Inc., the most serious guy you've ever seen. But that's not the point. The story is just about me. And yeah, let me tell you it. Okay? As I said, recently, it's been very cold in Arizona, and Flagstaff has been freezing. And not only is it cold, but I work nights. And so not only is it cold, but it's extra cold at night. So I'll be driving to work, and my vehicle has been out of service recently, and trying to get it fixed. But in the meantime, I've been borrowing a vehicle from my dad, and he's been very gracious and very kind and very nice. But this old vehicle, it's actually my grandpa's old truck, and so a lot of memories in this truck. I remember when he backed up and ran into a light post and dented the side, and it's never been the same since. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, good memories in this truck. It's a great truck. It runs great. And but there's a few things like the door handles, they don't open. You got to roll down the window and do it from the outside and stuff like that. And a few other things that are going on with it because it's just an old vehicle, which is fine. And so, like I said, I've been driving it to work in the middle of the night and doing things. And so we recently had a bunch of snow here in Flagstaff. And yeah, there's been a lot of snow. And during that time, I had to go to work, right? Which is great. It's wonderful. But the the crazy thing about snow, okay? Have you ever gotten into your window? Dang it. Have you ever gotten into your truck or vehicle and you go to roll down the window, right? But it's been snowing and the snow is frozen to your window everywhere, and there's ice everywhere, and things aren't moving, and the window does not go down. That's right. So when I got to work, it was the middle of the night. And I pull up and I put it into park, and I go to roll down my window to let myself out. And I cannot get the window to roll down. No matter what I do, and this old truck is struggling. The heater doesn't work very well, so the inside isn't warm, and the ice on the outside of the window is still thick and frozen. And it's not budging on either window. And I'm locked inside the truck. And I'm in the parking lot. And it's like minutes after the time I need to be inside. And so I see a coworker. He's walking inside, right? And this guy, he's a great guy. I always see him, and he walks to work, and so he's walking. And I can see him like in front of me where I'm parked, but I'm in the parking lot and he's next to the building, so I'm not that close, and I'm not like directly head on with him. But he's coming this way, And I'm banging, and oh my gosh, and I start banging on the window, and I'm like, help, hey, come open this door. Because he could walk over and open the door for me, but I can't do that myself because I can't open the windows. And so I'm like banging, and he can't hear me, and there's nobody around, and I'm panicking. I'm like, great. And I'm trying to rub my hand on the window. I'm like, I'm like breathing on the window. I'm trying to melt the ice. I'm doing what I can. And then I see another coworker, and he pulls into the parking lot. And this guy, he's also a great guy, but he's always early. And for some reason, today he's running a little behind. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have his number. So I called him as quickly as I could. And I said, please, do you see me in the parking lot? And I explained the situation. He was confused at first, but then he understood, and he's and he's laughing at me, and he's giving me such a hard time. But he comes over, and he pops the door open for me, and oh my gosh, I'm finally free. I'm out of my tomb. I'm out of my coffin. And finally, after such a stressful time, I'm able to just get out and walk inside and go to work. There you go. Let's try to move on and forget about Clay locking himself in the truck, and maybe we should read a story by you. That sounds great. Let's do that. Story number 1. A friend and I used to have fall routine trips to Sedona, right about the time when Mesa was still in the low 90s, but Sedona was a beautiful place to visit with a brisk high 70s. For those who are not Valley natives, this is hoodie weather for us. Hoodie weather, oh shoot. Dang! Put on your sweaters, your jackets, put on your socks with your sandals. So, my friend and I loved driving through Oak Creek Canyon's scenic route. Habitually stopping at our favorite spot to take a hike down to the creek, there's this massive boulder that sits in the middle of the bubbling water that looks down the flowing creek. This was our prime spot to enjoy some tasty herbs. Oh, it's herbs? Oh, what kind of herbs, huh? This is very interesting. So, atmosphere is blaring as we make our way down the road. I like to park my car just off the road, next to the sheer vertical cliff. I guess you can call it a landmark for our trek back. We lock the car up and head towards our meditation station. We chat about life, personal flaws, growth, while the moods were high. After a wonderful session, we pack up our things and start heading back to my car. We come to the part of the creek where you need to jump from stone to cross the creek without getting wet. I wonder I wonder if they make it. As we get midway, a pure white husky, which are commonly rare, walks past us. What was weird about that moment was he was walking perfectly, stone to cross as well. He did not have a collar, completely clean, and no sign of wet/muddy paws. As the husky makes it across the creek, he pauses, turns around, and looks at us as we cross. Once we reach the other side, the husky trots off in the forest. He was probably waiting to see if you fell. He was like, watch these guys. Watch these guys. These girls. I don't even know who could this be? As we get to the car, we keep talking about that beautiful good boy we saw. I unlocked the doors, and something told me to look up. As I do, there stood the white husky on top of a hill above our car. Now, you need to understand that there was a sheer cliff that rose about 25 feet from our parking spot. Dumbfounded, we tried figuring out how he got up there because there was no easy access to this cliff side, minus some very steep hills a few hundred yards in the opposite direction. No way. Is that? No way. Is that? Is that the husky ghost? You've never heard the story of the husky ghost. I know what's going on here. I know. I see what you did here. All right. But I like this. Let's continue. We get in the car, laugh at what we experienced, and continue our existential conversation about life as a whole. I figured this would be a good tale to share. Cheers, my friend. Sorry for the terrible grammar. You're fine. I didn't even know how to say existential. All right, we're good. All right, wonderful story. I'm very curious what happened. Whose dog is this? Is this the ghost? Is this the ghost husky of the canyons of Oak Creek? Oh my gosh. So many questions. It's probably somebody's husky, but I don't know. Very, very odd behavior. I do agree. But a fabulous story. I love going down there to the Red Rocks. I love hiking. And sounds like a great place. Sounds like a great story. Thank you. And as always, send in your stories to azunknownpodcast@gmail.com. That's right, azunknownpodcast@gmail.com. And like I said, beautiful story, lovely tasty herbs, a wonderful beautiful creek, a ghost husky. Oh my gosh. So I think we need more. I think we need another story. What do you think? Do you reckon? Do you recon? Is that what do you say? Are you saying I read more? All right, let's do it. Story number 2. For this story, it is rated PG-16. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, all right. I can tell this is going to be juicy. Let's start. Coming back from a long day's work. It's Monday. Obviously, nobody loves Monday. No one but Mr. G. Apparently, Mondays are harassing random people / women Mondays. So I got a Facebook message from Mr. G. And looking back at our old messages, I've said multiple times to him to not flirt or say disgusting things to me. My final straw came out, and I told him to f off and to eat shit. I was annoyed, and my husband noticed the disdain look on my face. I told him how the person who is not my friend on Facebook has been messaging me inappropriately. He took matters into his own hands. Oh no. Oh no. He's going to kill him. Just kidding. He should. I get Mr. G. I get it. Mr. G for Mr. Gone. Mr. Goodbye. Mr. Grave. We're going to get him. Now, to paint a good picture or to explain the following events, my husband isn't normal. Oh, I knew it. I called it. By that, I mean when a random guy messages me trying to flirt, my husband messages back. You may think he's putting them in their place, but he's actually flirting with them, and then showing them that he's messaging them. What? Yeah, usually it ends with them blocking me. But in this case, it ends in a different way. Oh my gosh, I'm so curious. Yes, so much going on here. Your husband, he's a silly guy, I can tell. Mr. G messaged me so many disgusting things on what he would do with me and certain body parts. Ew! Oh my gosh. Goodness sakes, what the hell? And instead of continuing the conversation, my husband and I asked for his picture. Mr. G said instead of a selfie, he would send us $20. Sparking my husband's interest, he said, "Make it worth your while. Send 40. Oh my gosh. Your husband, he's hustling. He's hustling Mr. G, the old pervert. Oh my gosh. All right. Apparently, the end goal was to make the most ridiculous request, and he would leave me alone. Instead, the guy proceeded to ask how he would send us the money. We told him Cash App, and we gave him my Cash App. He mentioned he would download it and start requesting certain roast beef looking sandwiches. Pictures with extra pepperoni, if you know what I mean. Oh my God. What is going on here? My husband told him, send the money first and we'll talk. Now, after minutes and 2 hours went by, my phone buzzed. Mr. G has sent you $40. I ran to my husband and yelled, he sent it, OMG. Then my husband said send him this pepperoni. And he lifted his shirt. I laughed so hard and almost had an accident. I laughed so hard, like a silent seal clapping my hands. I snorted so hard to the point that I couldn't breathe. My chest hurt so bad, and my husband kept telling me to breathe. Oh my gosh. Did you do it? Did you take a picture? Did you send him your husband's pepperonis? Alright, the thing about this picture was there was a strain of hair down the middle, and you could clearly see the hair. Mr. G texted so fast, stating he arrived. Ew, disgusting. What does that mean? 10 minutes rolled by, and Mr. G stated he was so in love with the picture. I gave the phone to him, and he sent a video to Mr. G and said, "I'm glad you liked it, because it was me, pepperoni." The man didn't respond for 30 minutes, and he laughed. He said it was the best joke he's heard in a while, and that it was well worth $40. Me thinking he would be so upset and have so much rage against us. But hey, at least we got $40. Oh my God. Oh boy. All right. That's a good story. You and your husband are crazy. I love it. What a great way to deal with such a nuisance, such a pervert. You know what I mean? You got $40. You both had a great laugh. What? Good story. Alrighty. So fun. Clever, you sneaky dog. Your husband, I like him. I like him already, alright? Well, I hope Mr. G has stopped harassing you, and I hope that he got the point to quit harassing people/women, especially on Mondays. Wow, I don't even know what to say. Wonderful stories today. Beautiful stories. Thank you. If you send in stories, you are the best. If you want to send in stories, send them to azunknownpodcast@gmail.com. That's right, azunknownpodcast@gmail.com. They must be Arizona stories. Well, not like about Arizona, but they need to happen within Arizona. They need to happen here, right? They need to be true, and then try to keep them anonymous, like I said. This one, we didn't, but that was fine. It really wasn't too bad. We talked about a creek, not a big deal. It was great. I loved it. So send in your stories. I can't wait to hear from you. And thanks again for being here. If you enjoy this podcast, if you enjoyed this, if you are enjoyed right now, is that if you're enjoyed at the moment, go ahead and what do you leave a like, a review, you subscribe, you review, rate, review. I don't know, is that it? Tell a friend. Great. If you have an iPhone and you're on Apple Podcasts, leave a rate and a review there if you can. That is the best. It really does help out me. Everybody says it, and that's the truth. It's the truth. It really does help me. If you want this podcast to grow and you enjoy what we're giving out here for free, then please go ahead and do that. Anything else we need to talk about? No, we don't. This is it. This is the end. It's been a great time. Like I said, amazing, beautiful, entertaining stories. And I don't know. We'll see what we do next. Like I said. We're gonna have some live episodes and some more get out and interview people questions. We might have some call-in videos, or not videos, some call-in episodes. And who knows? The sky's the limit. All Arizona, all unknown. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.